Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome. What was being said? Why were y'all laughing?
Nothing.
And now
No
just pure
reason,
silence. And now
nothing.
just pure
Yeah,
silence.
Maggie's just proving that she knows everything and that she's right.
Yep. No, Maggie's definitely correct.
It was perfect.
Uh-huh.
You did a good job. You did a good job, Scott.
Yeah,
About?
good job, Scott.
About what?
Everyone
Don't
just
tell you
gives
why
Scott
you
a
You
round
need to
of
know. You just need to know.
applause.
You did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry
You got
about
this.
it.
Hey, forget about it.
Listen, okay? I don't want my... I'm going to keep all my character secret moves to myself, okay? I got nothing. Hi! Hi! Hi, everybody. Hi. Pick on Scott Day. We're going to be continuing what we started
How is
yesterday.
saying you did a good job picking on you? It's like the opposite.
I feel like it was one of those. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Scott, you did well.
Did well.
You did a freaking
did
great
well.
job.
Why, are you feeling insecure?
Apparently.
You think we're being sarcastic?
I mean,
Look,
sarcasm is my go-to.
None of us are sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Can't even keep a straight face with that one.
How do you even say that word? Sarcastus.
Is that someone's last name? Are they an actor?
I want my seat back, okay? Ollie, I want my seat back. We're gonna be switching this. We're gonna switch back, okay? Should we just do it now? Just like you can play
you want to move the
Tiernan.
cameras around.
I mean, you are in charge of the camera.
Oh, I could play
so.
Tiernan.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
don't know. That was a little frightening. All right, so hello everybody, welcome. We're going to continue what we started yesterday, which is a fun little. We're going to call it a one shot because apparently I don't know what that is. And we have our guest DM, which is Ollie. Ollie Rant is going to be taking us through his world of I can't pronounce it. And I don't know. It's having a lot of fun. Last session we got into some stuff. So why don't you give us a quick recap, Ollie, and then just take us right in.
Previously, in Jarviskjir, a group of mercenaries were hired to enter like a tomb, and then one of them is like a dweeby nerd kid who's like, I'm gonna research everything about the tomb, but it's actually fine because Scott added 2 extra hours to the stream that I didn't remember was gonna happen, so actually it filled in quite nicely. So you went and researched all about this tomb you're going into. Turns out the family member who was like, please get all the undead out of this tomb is like, oh, great-great-grandpappy is like an evil man who summoned evils and did evil things, and it's all about the undead and the world that worships the undead, and you killed some skeletons, but you also all kind of sucked. Actually, no. You actually all redeemed yourself by the end of the fight. You started off a little weak. And now you're here in the tomb. You've explored a little bit, and you're wandering, and the last thing that you saw was the body of your fallen comrade that none of you cared about. I was like, hey, you should know this person and care about them. You're just like, he's dead. Who cares? I guess you're professionals, so I guess you're used to that. But you found him. Well, you found his skeleton, and he was only missing about 3 days. His skeleton sitting in his armor in this beautiful lit chamber in the mausoleums below Lichvale. So, as a giant spider wanders through the corridors,
I see
a
nothing.
dwarf, a giant spider, a blue man, and a nerd walk into a room.
You know, I'm fine with being the nerd, okay? I'm fine with
It's
it.
really the easiest way to
Embrace
describe
your
nerd.
nerdness.
I mean-
Although I can't see anything, so.
What? Oh, can you just center our camera? Shift click.
How do I do that?
Shift left click.
Shift left click. Where?
Right there. I mean, it's Maggie on the.
Shift and you hold it.
That's
But
just
I
hold.
still don't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you not
Now
on the
I
correct
see-
layer?
now I see
Are you
stuff.
not on the object layer? Is that why?
Now I see stuff.
Cool. All right, good. So long as we can all see stuff, awesome. All right. Well,
How many days old is this body? Like, he's been
3
missing for
days.
3 days,
Three.
but how long has he been
It's
dead?
a skeleton. If you want to go up to it and just start doing a medicine check, feel free.
I'll gladly start doing.
Oh my gosh.
I'll do an investigation in the room.
as you walk up to the to him, his shield is laying over his chest.
Well, he
as you
looks
move
dead.
the shield away, a concealed crossbow under his skeletal body fires right up at Gadira. So
It's
let
on
me
the-
just quickly damage Gadira because someone trapped the body.
You know what I decided?
for 5 damage, Gadira.
Holy
you just get
crap.
shot.
Jeez.
From
Uh-huh.
doing what?
You lifted the shield away, and there was a trap crossbow, literally triggered to attack you. And as
That
the
is,
rest of you look on the body,
painful.
it's only a couple of days old, but all the everything has just been stripped from the body. It is just bone in his armor, and a trap sort of jankily jabbed into the armor. After the fact that it's fired, you can kind of see some of the trip wires that have been haphazardly plugged all together to do it. It's like they were.
Do I
And it's-
know? Have I seen this type of thing before? Would I maybe recognize what ailed him?
Yeah.
What
Ollie,
killed him?
can I tell if it was an animal or
With
if this
that
was like
medicine check-
magically done?
With your
I'm just gonna
20,
say,
yes,
I
that's pretty
don't
obvious. He
animals.
died normally. You can actually see some the whatever eminence of wounds that would have been on bone, and then he was raised. And from what it looks like to you, is like he was raised in the dead, and then like turned into a skeleton, but resisted it, and so was just sort of released.
Yeah,
More like a deliberate raising, unlike the rest of the skeletons that are just sort of they were walking around and they gave him weapons to guard.
So
Gotcha.
the giant spider will nod to itself, unable to communicate this information to anybody.
I'm actually curious about, because we were talking about like all that stuff, how long that trap was, because they would have had to have done this and set a trap in the past 3 days. Is this a trap that looks like it was well thought out? Or are we talking like literally just a crossbow kind of wedged under there?
Feel free to give like your investigation was already, so
Yeah.
let's say you did that afterwards. That trap seems like it was maybe set up a couple of hours ago.
Okay. So very, very recently. I bet-
Very recent.
It seems as though this trap has only recently been put here. It's probably not just the dead that walk around. Perhaps we should.
Well, we weren't necessarily the quietest as we got in here.
Hmm.
I'm sure we've alerted others.
Yes. That's fine. Maybe there's something
Yes.
else to be seen. There's barrels and a sarcophagus. Perhaps we should check the rest of this room before we even find a way to move on.
Yes, at a glance, this is a much grander chamber. This is a burial chamber for someone important. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's
at that.
huge and it has only a single sarcophagus in it. I mean, that is a ginormous. I mean, what's the length of this room is? Sorry. 45 feet by at least 65. That's huge. So
I'm imagining that your
Almost like a
character's
boss area.
actually measuring this and drawing it out in your sketchbook.
You can measure it by eye, though. You know, he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little fellow.
Oh, this is fascinating. Yeah. Oh wait, where's my book? Hold on. There's my book.
Never leave home without it.
Well, you know, it is Alice in Wonderland. It's a great book. So
I guess maybe I'll just do an investigation or something.
Yeah. If you want to start looking around
assist
the room.
me.
I want to look around and see if
Basically,
anything is out of the ordinary other than, obviously, there's only one tomb here, but I'm guessing that's because this room is meant for
I
that.
mean, you immediately, well, not immediately notice, when you like, take the time to look around, also my chair is misbehaving. So if I suddenly just fall, that's why. Because you've been looking around the architecture. You're a dwarf, you understand architecture.
Mhm.
It's in your blood. This room doesn't quite make sense. It
racist.
looks like it should go further that way. It looks like sort of in this direction that should be longer. The way the bricks join together and most of it's sort of covered don't make sense.
But
It
it's
doesn't,
symmetrical.
Hmm.
But it's symmetrical.
Oh, something about this does not look right. For some reason, I think perhaps this room is much larger than we think it is. I'm gonna start kind of like feeling the room to see, or like looking around to see if I see any like contraptions where there might be like a secret door or something like that, because that often happens in these types of
Oh,
tomes.
yes.
I will.
yes.
Can I roll
Yeah.
another investigation to assist her with exactly what
Yeah,
she's doing?
yeah. You two can do just another investigation deliberately for doing this.
And I'll actually. How about you do the investigation and I give you guidance?
Ooh, Maggie, you treats
yeah, I
me so
got you.
well.
Other stuff in the room while you're
Guidance,
glancing
my
over that.
Oh, young
sarcophagus
man,
hasn't-
you have much better eyes than me. Why don't you take a look-see? It should look like a mechanic of some sort, or perhaps like a loose brick or something.
Oh, Gadira, don't worry.
She's
not
just like
mechanical
spouting
at
off
all.
ideas and different contraptions, and she's giving him like explanations of past things that she's seen, while he's just like, "Oh my god, shut up."
Yeah, you tune him out most of the time.
Yeah.
He tunes you out most of the
Like,
time.
yes,
A lot of empty conversation.
Gadira, my eyes are also strained from the years of reading books. However, my spectacles are in fact Oakley's, so they can handle this.
Oh, I haven't gotten new spectacles in quite some time.
All right, cool. I got a 25.
Yeah, so and you
Maggie's
notice that
aid.
this is not a mechanical secret area at all, but while you're going over the wall, you feel that there's a slight airflow, and in fact, a sort of trickling of water. Not less trickling, more just a sort of the sound of water sloshing around. And while you sort of push and look around the wall, I mean, you probably do a few paces, look around, then you realize that this wall is illusionary. It's not illusionary in that it's just an image. You could lean against it, but then you push just a little bit harder, where if it was a secret door, it would sort of swing open. The wall just poofs away in a sort of puff of dark magic,
Ooh.
like smoke.
Immediately, as soon as that happens, while the smoke is still there and dissipating, whatever, I whip out my book and just try to start sketching it and write down the details, the smell of the room, and I immediately look over at Bior and try to get a judge of his reaction to this and try to write
Bear's
down
not
that.
paying attention to that. He's kind of focused on guarding everyone else while they're doing this, making sure that this sarcophagus, which possibly might still have something in it, is not going to erupt into giant zombiness.
I mean, while
Well, I
you're
hope
looking,
it has a body in it.
you
That's what these things are.
notice.
There's a family's tomb.
Yeah,
I know. And we
you
just
notice
fought
turn and
skeleton.
watching Bjorn standing over you actually hear there's a little sort of a slight scratching noise from inside the sarcophagus. Far more to be like a rat or something. There's something in there moving, which you mean?
Yeah, so something
pretty
trying to
obvious.
get out.
Yeah.
Which probably is why Bjorn then is over there making sure it doesn't get out.
If you don't actually hear that, only Turnan's Elven ears.
Oh, okay.
It's very quiet. It's not like something scrabbling to get out. It's just like a sort of a slow scraping.
You know, it will eventually, after like a couple years, get out. It'll just scratch its way eventually.
Cool.
But yeah, Bjorn's watching it anyways, making sure nothing does pop out.
I will eventually join up with Gadira. I just after I'm
Yeah.
done taking my notes and everything. So please, Maggie, take the lead.
All right, I'm gonna kind of go over to this stream and see what I see over here.
Okay,
Maybe
so
investigate
See
this
what
little
I
drain.
see.
Yeah. Give me an investigation. So what you immediately
Okay.
see is that down this turn is sort of at your eye level at this floor. It goes for a couple of feet and then it stops. But there's a sort of channel of water underneath. It's like a deliberate lower passage that is not filled with water. There's actually about 7 or so feet that aren't, and the rest of the wall is coated in quite intricate stonework.
Okay.
It seems that the water has come from the drain, and that maybe this is like an overflow. You're not entirely sure. The whole area here past the door is like the floor is damp.
Okay.
So it's sort of the maybe 15-foot drop into water. Well, it's 15 foot, and then there's a few feet of water, about 7 or so feet of stonework left, but you can't see where the water goes. It dips under vision.
Oh, turn in whenever you're done doing whatever it is that young people do in these books these days. Why don't you come look at this drain? It appears to be different, and my old eyes, I can't see very well, and I don't know what's going on down there.
And I kind of like point and beckon him over, and I'll give him guidance as well.
I will walk over and just be mumbling to myself like I'm writing. I write in books. That's what everybody does with books. You write in them. And then I will make my way over to and I will start investigating to help out. Now, did you want me to investigate the
I think
stream
she's
or the
probably
drain?
just never seen somebody write so
So
you
much,
write
yeah.
all the time.
Constant.
Yeah.
I know it's obnoxious. Did you want me to write investigate the drain or the stream, Maggie, or just in general?
She's kind of like talking about both.
Okay, cool.
And as she's looking down the stream, she's probably like, oh, milk started at 15. Oh shit! Plus add that 1d4, man.
Oh my god.
It's
oh
even
my
more
god.
than that.
I'm so
It's
excited right now.
even more.
Oh.
Okay.
I got
you notice
I got
several
Oh
things.
my god, dude, you got like max on everything.
And
What
there
the
are
heck?
our best rolls of the night, guys.
investigation level 3. Just put that into perspective. Okay, you notice several things while you're here, while Bjor is guarding the sarcophagus, because he just has a bad feeling.
I noticed that. I noticed Gadira is really wearing a fake white beard, and Gadira is actually rather young, and is just pretending to be an old lady.
You notice
You actually
that this...
see your character in the game.
Yeah, I actually see Maggie in the game wearing his beard. Like, oh, my eyes. Oh.
What you notice is that you figure that this underwater passage is maybe 30 or so feet, and you can sort of see with the way that the light reflects that there's another chamber behind it. But what you notice that's far more important, and you quickly become disinterested in the drain. Whatever, who cares about that? Why would there be a drain in a tomb? That's a bit weird. But anyway, what you notice that what looks like sort of just intricate decorative stonework is a series of tiny holes, and you look closer and closer, and you sort of adjust your glasses, and it's sort of like pressure activated. If the water was to rise, then the water would trigger something, and you really figure it's sort of at the second or third layer of the water. There's something in there, and there's something moving behind the walls. If you were to trigger with the pressure by rising the water level, something would come out of it.
So are you saying moving like there's something bobbing around and floating inside there, like a book or something? Or are you saying like there's like where
alive?
Okay.
Something
like we went down the garbage chute in episode 4.
Oh,
Okay.
perhaps someone could put some more water down
No,
there.
Gadira, there's something moving in there.
Yeah, bring it up here, you know.
Maybe we should know a little bit more about what it is before we invite it to dinner. Do you have?
Well, I didn't mean we had to bring it to dinner.
Do you have a light, Gadira? A light that can withstand the water?
A light? Oh yes, I could do that.
She cast thaumaturgy, but it doesn't look like just like your average light. It's like swirling around like it would a sword around that. So it looks very much like it's a contribution to Hala, and so it kind of swirls down there and goes towards wherever. I'm guessing probably Tiernin's like to the left more, and Gadira's like, oh, that's not my left. That way, okay. And guiding it towards wherever he's saying it's at.
Can we make perception checks or whatever to try to see what it is?
Perception with advantage. Already looking down there. But what you're seeing is definitely to the side. You can, it's definitely to the side of the tunnel. Like the main tunnel, the way through is just a straight line.
This is the first time Scott has actually been successful.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't even know what to do right now. Like
Aaron's laughing, so that must be really true.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god. She means in life. She means in life.
Life D&D in general.
Oh my god.
Let's not go there. We're not analyzing your life right now.
Can't hurt life. No low blows.
All right.
Eyes linked
What
with
do your
whatever's
elf
down
eyes see?
there. Yeah.
So did Bjorn give up watching the sarcophagus?
Yeah. Well, who would
He's
ever
still
give up
like watching
the book,
behind, but
Oh,
he's
Bjorn,
figuring that
nice
it's
of you to join us.
And you see a giant snake in the holes in the walls to the sides. There's one on each side of the walls in the pressure activated areas. You're able to piece together while looking at it that maybe if you went one at a time, you didn't rise the water level too much, the snakes probably won't be forced out of their holes.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those episodes from that little... What is that girl's name with the fin and all that? She wanted legs.
Listen, I'm not into mermaid life. I'm not into mermaid life. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't wish to be a mermaid.
Gadira always wanted to be a mermaid.
Yeah, because Gadira's...
I did always want to be a mermaid. It's true. Their hair's so beautiful, and it is in the water, and it flows around them.
It'd be a snarled mess. It's salt water. God, they'd just destroy it in like a day. Ugh.
But somehow their hair looks fucking amazing.
Because it's a cartoon! No,
It's magical.
but maybe
fucking
it's
mermaids.
Maybelline.
I guess
Right,
we're
Aaron?
going to take that that perception and all of that into like the investigation, all of that into account, and go one
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
Gadir's like,
Bottoms up. Oh, well, maybe I'll keep my bottom down.
and she jumps in the water.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't
you-
know
you
if we
jump in,
wanted to.
No, she's.
One at a time.
Kids don't
now.
talk about plans before they do them. They do them.
Yep, that's
No,
fine.
yeah, she's got a mission. She's going for it.
You tackle that, Maggie.
All right.
Okay, give me an
Keep going.
athletics roll. It's fairly simple. It's not like you have to actually duck underwater because there's a few feet of headway right now, and you do actually like turn in watching. Like the water does rise, and it rises over like one set of holes, but it doesn't rise enough to trigger anything. Give me like a little athletics.
You want a little athletic?
Little athletics.
Okay, I'll give you a little athletic.
For the swimmerings.
Yeah, that'll do. So you swim. After a few, I don't know, is it breaststroke, front crawl, like
Doggy
Doggy
style.
paddles.
yeah. After a little bit, it's like, oh, you can't see Gadira anymore, but you can hear her. You can hear her splashing and like, rumbling a little bit. You come to the other side and you climb yourself up quite slowly into the other side where I have to remove the fog of war. Whoops. And also there may just be like a hole in vision that I should fix. Oh well. But you come up on the other side on the water. Nothing bad happened to you. You did hear a hissing, but you weren't eaten by a giant snake, and that's pretty good. That's a good day in my book.
Okay.
All right, Ollie, question before Turnan tries to go. Is the volume of a giant spider going to raise the water level too high?
I mean, you're not sure,
Okay.
but a volume of a giant spider is more a volume than a drow.
And I don't think I can make it in my drow form. So I'm going to transform back into
You
a drow.
could climb on the top of
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
wall.
say, can't you climb
Climb
on
on the
walls?
top, so like don't go down into the water. Climb on the top of
Is
the
that
That would
possible?
actually be possible. Yeah.
That would be
It
possible?
would be-
Okay, I'll do that.
It would be like uncomfortable, but actually totally fine.
Just because I think
like
I
she
have
goes
like
in
a...
and just like 4 of her eyes are like filled with water, and the rest of them are
Yeah.
like above.
Yeah, you
just because
don't even
I
need to roll for
think
that. That's
I have
just,
like a -3 or -4 to my like athletics in my
Oh,
drow
God.
form.
skitter all the way through.
Oh god. Oh man, it's rough.
Oh,
and
it
it's
looks as though you
very
made it across
uncomfortable
very
watching
nice.
a spider sort of schlurf into that. and
She like
smile.
pets one of your mandibles. They're mandibles, right? Like the little legs. I don't know.
Yeah.
We had a conversation about this last week.
Spider palms.
Yesterday.
I
No,
don't
she's
know.
talking about the legs though. We were
I'm
talking
talking about
about
the legs, not her
Oh.
little. I don't want to touch that. Little.
Don't just like pat her on the lips. That would be weird.
But the legs though, I think that's kind of nice. They're fuzzy. Like
Frank.
Very like one of them is broken.
Frank, do you
Yeah.
wait for me to go ahead of you, or do you just dive through and?
No, Bjorn's actually taking up the rear guard just in case any more skeletons actually pop out.
So as soon as
He's
Gadira
paranoid.
jumped
He's
through,
afraid of that thing.
yeah. No, so Gadira kind of jumped through before we like all talked about it, and so I was like, ugh. And immediately I started like pulling off my boots or shoes or whatever they are, my socks, or stockings.
Oh, you're gonna like
whatever.
hold them
Tucking
above
them
your
in.
head.
I get take off like my shirts, then my other shirts, then my other shirts. I take off my trousers, and then I leave just the undergarments on. I tuck everything into my backpack because of course it's treated to be water resistant. And once everything's firmly tucked in there,
Can I just firebolt that thing? While
And-
he's,
Yeah, you can
doing
do
all
it in
this?
5-volt.
and that also happens to have all of my books and everything else inside of it, all the research stuff. Are you
What
actually
are you
firebolting
doing
it?
while he's doing this, Bior? You're like watching him take off
no,
everything.
I'm firebolting the thing that's approaching.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right.
Oh,
Tim and Bjorn,
I
you
even
might
know what
wanna
you're
roll
talking about.
initiative.
I was like, because I can't see it from where my character is. I was looking at my screen
Exactly.
as a
You
PC,
just see
not my
Bjorn
screen
firing
as the Oh shit! I'm just like, so I see fire in your hands, and you kind of like look at me, and there's fire in your hands, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking that you're gonna burn my back, and I'm like, no, and I like dive like
No,
almost
Bjorn just, like,
naked on the
pushes you
bag.
in. And he's just like, all right, laddie, it's time to go. I'm totally changing an assassin because I can do this accent.
I love that
Like,
accent.
you
It's
just
great.
hear after the bolt of fire, just
Oh,
like this
You're gonna burn my
wrapped mummy
clothes.
now on fire, staggering forward closer and closer.
And I'm
You two
assuming
roll me
that they're
some
taking.
initiative.
I'm assuming that they're taking a while, and Gadir is like having a conversation with Nia, and she's like,
Well, it's taking them quite some time. Maybe I should have asked if they knew how to swim.
The spider will kind of like make like a nodding motion
She
at
just
you.
like keeps talking to you, and you're just like,
Yeah.
she's like basically talking to herself.
It's so funny. I can't believe I didn't realize there
Raise
was something
one
approaching.
mandible if you agree.
Yeah, I was going to interrupt you
Cool.
sooner while he was moving it, but I was like, I wonder how far Ollie's going to
My,
take
my,
this.
my line of sight
I was like, oh, it's
literally
too close.
it cuts
Yeah.
off. It cuts off right there, so I can't see beneath that green line. I can only see above it.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
beautiful. You
It's
just
so
can't
funny.
See a thing.
And I'm
Oh.
looking at the screen I'm supposed to as a PC. I'm
In fact,
being
I'll
a
actually,
good
I'll
boy.
just use the existing initiative because that's sort of where you were combat-wise. So actually, Bjord does get a turn as this thing staggers up on fire.
Oh, so it's actually lit on fire?
Sweet.
Yeah,
Shit's
it's a
getting
fireball.
lit.
It's a bombed
It's a mummy?
mummy type thing. Yeah. It's,
Oh, good. I
it
have
is
no
on
idea
fire.
how much fire damage does.
I mean, 6. You rolled 6.
You said 6, yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah,
you did
I meant
five.
like over time because it's on fire.
Always, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
You
gotcha.
didn't have your fire. You have a hot, or you have a dot on that?
No.
No, it's a
just on
fireball.
fire because
Oh, you're
it's
just-
a mummy.
It's just
made
because it's a
of
mummy,
bamboo.
yeah.
Oh,
so it's
because
not
it has like
actually on fire.
dried
Vernon's like
stuff
half
on it.
naked and just notices that you're fighting this mummy that's staggering
92%
forward.
naked, yeah.
Yeah, Bjorn would have already pushed him in. and
92%
been like,
naked.
Yeah.
all right, laddie,
He
it's
just
time
has
for you to
his
go.
trousers on.
I mean, do you want to like actually shove turning in the water?
No, he did. He said that, and I'm cool with it. I went to go
yeah.
jump on my stuff to
Awesome.
protect it, and he literally like kind of semi midair
He just
shoved me
pushes
into the
you in.
water, and I was like,
Excellent.
And he's like-
splash.
Flailing.
Yeah, and once I
and it goes
realize
to-
what's going on, I'm like, oh stuff, and so I'm gonna grab my bag and immediately start. Well, it's not my turn yet, is it? So I'll just sit here and shut up.
Yeah. So okay. There's two things I'm Bjorn's thinking about doing. Minor illusion of himself, like right here, to
But
confuse the
it
mummy.
is only a tiny version of yourself.
I know. I mean, you know.
Tiny.
Aww.
Is it tiny?
A little
It
mini
will be a
Bjorn.
baby
Adorable though.
How
Like
how
a
tiny?
miniature,
How tiny
like
are we
this
talking,
big?
Ollie?
It's
Oh,
a 5 foot, whatever, isn't it?
oh
Something-
yeah, it's a foot shorter than him. That's not that
Oh,
bad.
it's only a foot shorter. That's still like
Oh,
6
that's good.
feet. That's pretty tall.
Yeah.
It's like a normal person.
I guess that's
It's a
right.
dumb mummy.
It's
how
either that
smart
or
is
he
a mummy?
firebolts it again.
No,
That
it doesn't,
probably
it doesn't have to be shorter. If it's a 5 foot cube, you just spread your legs wide and get into like a low stance of combat. You
Yeah,
know, so
yeah.
you know, you make
Scott
it work.
is always talking about spreading legs. I don't know.
He's a bard. That's
Um,
all the answer you need.
I don't
Just
know if I want to firebolt it or try and distract it.
I think distracting is kind of
I
a good
think-
a good
yeah, I
strat
think
because
he's
you
gonna
can and it
distract.
and it just sounds cool, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know how many spells you have and like if
No,
it's
it's
like
He's only used
it's a
fireball.
cantrip. Oh yeah,
the
use
whole
that
time.
shit.
So go
Man,
ahead.
that's
and-
badass.
So yeah, it's gonna be minor illusion right over here,
Okay.
or as close
Uh,
to there as possible.
Let's see if I can snap in a second your.
Yeah, you can copy and
You
paste
copy
a new
and paste
one.
it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Give you
minor illusion.
improvement, I guess he is
Control C,
actually
Control P.
a little baby.
Hey, look, I can see everything now.
You just want to make sure
Adorable,
it's not
a whole miniature me.
attached to his character, because
It's funny you gave him sight.
yeah, because
Yeah.
then he'll be
The
able to
eyes
see.
of blah, blah, blah. Give me sight beyond
I
sight.
don't
Eyes of what?
care.
Eyes of something. Give me sight
So-
beyond sight.
Let's see if the mummy is smart
what's that
enough
quote?
to discern illusions from reality. What's your spell save DC?
Why can't I remember that?
My spell save DC is 13, unfortunately.
Well, mine's 13 as well.
Yeah, it's kind of butts.
You have a 16
yeah,
wits.
it like actually it like glances its head, and it's like magic. How wonderful! And staggers
Ah,
forward
shit, smart.
more.
Great.
And actually,
Yeah, it's probably enough time for you to jump, right?
He's gonna
Dang.
fucking magic me, isn't he?
give me a wisdom save.
Hey, how about I don't, and we just ignore everything that happened? He just goes back
It's pretty
over
hard to ignore this guy.
6. I definitely don't make it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no!
Are paralyzed with fear.
Oh, yeah.
How
It's the
is your
second it
DC at
started
13?
speaking, its mouth roared open.
So,
You...
Does that mean
Can
I
I
also have to
roleplay
make a
this a
saving
little
throw?
No.
Go ahead, Frank.
so it's not so much it casting the spell on him. It's Bjor starts having an episode. He's had this situation before, back in Velheim. Velheim is, as Oliver has said, a ruined city. You guys woke him up by knocking loudly on his door. You made him walk through a ruined city at night. He was already jumpy because of that, and now he's fighting the dead just like he was in his home. And he's just, he's thinking of his fallen comrades who he saw die and then raised, and then this thing spoke and it's still approaching him, and he's starting to like curl up on himself.
And Turnin, you see that as it turns to your turn.
Awesome. Well,
Pushed in the water.
my original turn was
Flash.
to do exactly what I needed to do, which is go and get the warriors to assist with the warrior ring. So I'm going to swim under there as quickly as I can. Do I need to make an athletics check, sir?
Yeah, give me an athletics check. You're not a fish man. You gotta roll
Excuse
for
me.
yourself.
You don't know me. You don't know what half elf I am. Maybe I am half aquatic elf.
Oh, did you just accidentally roll with advantage when you weren't supposed to?
I told you I'm half aquatic elf. I'm supposed to roll with advantage. You're saying otherwise? Fine, I'll take the 7. It
With
was
7,
entirely
you
on
only
purpose.
Get a very, very small amount in.
That's okay. That's just Frank's
You're just
life
in,
online.
like, blackness, as you can hear. Bjor having an episode and Gadira and Yet talking a one-sided conversation about.
Well, do spiders eat bread?
2 legs go up. 2 mandibles.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Bread is so good.
Bread is good. Bjor, you're paralyzed.
Yeah, Bjor's like, he's having a fucking flashback. In his eyes, there's like magic spells going off. There's an explosion somewhere as someone does a fireball. There's people unarmored.
Can we
charging
hear
with
that
swords.
stuff? Once the explosions happen?
No, you
No,
heard
this is all in
Turnin
this
get
time.
Turnin get thrown into like a loud splash.
We heard a splash. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
You can probably hear Turnin like struggling to swim. I imagine he's a loud swimmer, not with the splashing, but the gasping.
Blah 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 blah.
And
That's
let
the
me
exact
just-
noise he makes.
Let me just roll a little attack.
How about you don't?
Now I actually understand the macros because Scott wrote them in Old Man, and I didn't.
I
understand.
instead of
fair.
writing to hit modifier, I wrote
Yeah, I was gonna
Thaco.
say.
That's all I did. I wrote
Yeah,
Thaco
yeah.
as like a
Thaco
ha ha ha.
Shorthand.
As a hue to myself, just to be like, oh, this means attack modifier.
No,
And-
Thaco it's common
I-
shorthand.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was
2-hit modifier.
sure. It's 2-hit armor
Yeah,
class
it's
0,
common
and
shorthand.
we don't play
You didn't start in
advanced
4th
Dungeons
edition.
Dragons.
So
But-
really, it was just all they fucking up.
well, it was partially
okay.
that, and partially me being me. So
Look,
Okay.
look, Ollie, you're
So-
attacking me. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm
Yeah,
going after you.
you're- Yeah, you just fuck you, Ollie. If I had a nickel every time I heard that, I wouldn't be able to use it because we don't use nickels. So it just grabs you with both hands and just starts sucking your life away.
Rude.
Yeah, it's a little rude. It first of all does 6 bludgeoning damage, but it does 11 necrotic damage, and also give me a Constitution save.
Ollie's really excited about this.
Look,
I just
have
like
to do
the
math on how much
cinematography of the
HP I just
moment,
lost.
Maggie. It's very dramatic.
Okay, I have
Sure.
6 HP left.
listen, if he dies, my story's gonna have to be about somebody like I have to go back and remember everything about the stupid spider chick and try to like.
Funny
You mean you're gonna have to go back
redo
to
her
your notes
notes.
and remember that Gadira killed almost everything.
Yeah. Oh, Kadira. She's the more interesting one out of the group. Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever curse this mummy is trying to spread to you through its undead magic, you aren't affected for whatever reason. Turn and give me another athletics roll.
All right. Athletics roll it is.
But by the way, guys, I'm at 6 health. I'm about to die.
Yeah, we don't care about you. I get advantage, yes.
Well, hopefully you get over here. Just jump down the freaking thing and then swing
I
your little
can't.
booty
It's holding
over
me,
and
I'm paralyzed.
I'll heal
Scott's
you
about to
up.
drown.
Turn and
I can hold my breath for
flumbles
minutes.
Closer. You see it turn and struggling, like 92% naked.
All right, I'm gonna
Gasping,
help
he
him
looks
up.
scared.
That's my RP for you. You're welcome for that.
Great.
Oh wait, can I touch
10 out of
him?
10.
Can I reach him? I don't even know if I can reach him.
No. Nah, dwarf arm's not long enough.
Okay.
No, but I think
Actually, no,
Never mind,
I-
I,
Just
I
called you
don't do
T-Rex.
guidance.
Just called you
Take it
T-Rex.
back.
Oh, that'd be adorable. Let's give you a
Yeah.
turn for once. If you want to react to Turnen seemingly drowning. He looks
Yeah. Can I
scared, but
actually
that's
reach
just
him?
because he's inhaling water. I don't know.
Can I actually reach him? Like go on like kind of the wall over here and
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like try to like
absolutely.
grab him.
Yeah, give me a spider athletics roll. Let me look up the stats for spiders if you don't have it.
I already have my strength already modified for
You're
giant
such
spider.
a better druid than the ones I deal with.
No,
I have
no
to look it
problem.
up every time.
It's because Erin's used to dealing with somebody who's very mean and
Yeah.
makes her do work.
Okay,
Please.
you spider grab him and drag him to the surface.
And I imagine that takes my whole turn. Was like my action. So
Yadira,
that's my turn.
there's Turnen. I mean, you can talk freely.
Oh, like we're not in combat, are we?
Oh, Bjor!
Um,
Bjor! He,
Well,
it's,
Bior is, but we're not.
it's a mummy.
you can
Bjor.
You told me I don't see or hear any of
Ladies,
that.
Bjor is
you
being
don't.
attacked by a mummy.
Well, then why did you come over here if there's
Why
things
did I
that
come
I'll
for
never
reinforcements?
find? You're not very good reinforcement.
I guess I'm gonna jump
Yes.
back in the water, and I will try to make my way. Oh, I got the same exact thing. I'm gonna try to make my way back.
Yeah. Splash. That's your full turn, though. Pretty slow
Yeah.
swimming, but you can see
That's
it like that. That's a mummy, and it's grabbing Bior, and it's trying to, like, just. It looks actually kind of just staring at him intently while breathing very loudly.
Okay.
Pretty
So
unsettling.
I come out of the drain, or I come out of here.
You come out here, like you walk up,
Okay.
climb up the ledge. I don't think that you're small enough to fit in the drain.
Can Bior talk? Well, I guess I can try to talk to him to see what.
Your can now, the paralysis has faded. So your can actually talk now. He's still kind of in there with the mummy, but he can probably see you coming up here.
Now, am I grappled or is it just?
You're
you
not
know-
grappled, it's just
Okay.
in melee range. It's just flavor.
No, no,
It's
just,
just
flavor. I
flavor.
just wanted to
Flavor.
check if it was flavor or actual effect.
It's not my turn anymore. It's Bior's turn.
Oh.
Yes, Bior.
Viewer's probably gonna die. Oh gosh,
You don't die when you hit 0 HP, okay?
yeah.
I can
it's
still
only a
touch
deteriorator.
you
Whoa.
and bring you back to
Whoa.
life.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, you wait till he's unconscious, then you start touching him? Is that what's going on here,
Yeah.
Dira?
Maggie,
It's
I
more
think
epic
those
that way.
berries,
I-
by the way, are still good, and those regain 1 health point apiece. If you
Awesome.
want to just stabilize them with it.
I thought
could
you
just
said we
eat
can
them
only
all.
eat one at a time, though.
Yeah.
Just shove them all in my mouth, yeah.
It's actually 1 action to eat 1 berry. Like I don't know.
Oh, that's.
They're
You-
very
you can't-
big berries.
They're
They're like
big
you
and
know,
they're,
one bite.
they're
It's
very
like when you
chewy.
eat. You
Yeah,
know,
Look,
mechanically you
wait.
can't eat like a handful.
What? What?
Don't challenge me. I will.
You know what?
do it.
D6. You eat a D6 berries. You eat 2D4 berries. How about that?
You know
Yeah.
what? I
That's
like to imagine that in like
Some fall on the
D&D
floor.
world, instead of playing like you know when you like put a bunch of marshmallows in your mouth and see how many you can put in your mouth and still say chubby bunny.
Oh yeah.
This is like good berry.
I
You
can't
try to
even say
see how
chubby
many
bunny,
good
but
berries
I
you can
like-
eat in your mouth and still say it or something like that.
That's funny.
It's funny.
All right.
I know somebody
So-
whose wife.
That's funny. Bior's going to die.
I know somebody whose wife literally gets mad when he eats more than one blueberry. So it's literally like one at a time because you have
that'd be
to
so
savor
funny.
them.
Why are
And I'm
you
like,
slurping them. That's
like-
so
I'm
fucking
like-
weird.
I'm like, what if you just want to eat like a fistful of berries? Nope, one at a time. You have to savor them. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna get involved in this.
Which
Dispute.
friend is this?
It's I'll tell you. Yeah.
It's
Tell me
you,
later.
Aaron. You know.
Did I know?
I'm not sure on the 5e rules for casting in melee range. Does that provoke a attack of opportunity?
No.
Okay.
If you run away,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there were any penalties casting in melee range, because I would have just taken a 5-step back, which he's going to do anyways.
Nope.
Frank, there's some epic music playing right now. You got to roll 20. Do it. I'm
Definitely
feeling
not
it.
going to happen.
Feeling
Yeah,
it.
no. All right, so
Come on.
5 foot step back to disengage, and we're just gonna spend a shit ton of fucking spell points here. We're going to empower spell for 1 spell point or sorcerer point. Then we are going to quicken spell for another, so that's a bonus action spell. We are going to use Scorching Ray. Also, I'm going to use Wild Magic.
Oh, I'm safe. I'm far
Oh
away.
wait, no, that's so with advantage, I think,
Yeah.
because he does not know Gadara is here.
He's in his own world right now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he was
Right.
just so to set Bior what was just happening when his soul was getting sucked out by this thing is he was also holding the mummy, and in his eyes it was like we'll just it was Jacques, his young compatriot whose
Yeah.
gut are like spilled out and everything, and he's just like saying, "All right, lad, I'm going to get you home to your ma. Just don't worry about it." And then he just like snaps back suddenly, and it's this mummy. This is like, "You son of a fucking bastard!" And he takes a step back, and just does a bunch of fucking things.
Bunch
So
of
Scorching
all
Ray,
these
that's
things.
3.
3
per.
attacks with advantage,
And this is all
all
Actually-
empowered.
yeah. I actually don't have a fucking macro made for this.
Just roll.
So
Just
Oh, you don't have it on
Okay.
your character sheet as an attack?
No, I don't. Because
Oh, that's the easiest one. That's easy. Just to throw it
No,
together
it's
really quick.
1d20 plus 5.
Yeah.
So,
Or that.
1, 2, 3.
What? I've never seen somebody hit with all 3 of them, and one's a critical hit. Are you kidding me right
Hell
now?
yeah.
I've never seen
Mind you,
somebody
this
who
was
hit
a
all
bonus
3,
action.
and that was a critical hit. Oh my
Roll me
god!
damage.
And they're
I'm
empowered.
gonna just
Oh.
roll a d10,000.
And they're empowered. Like, is anybody else geeking out right now?
Okay, the thing is, I have advantage check, but it didn't roll twice, so whatever.
Oh yeah, it's because you have to roll the. So roll 2 more just
Yeah.
to see if you get.
Yeah, you might as well.
If I can,
Yeah, just to see if
I
you get
got
another
more
critical hit.
crits.
Absolutely.
Heck
What?
yeah, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
no.
So-
But you still hit.
Whatevs.
Oh my god.
You did it perfect the first
God.
time.
Much
You don't
damage.
need that.
You
advantage.
don't need advantage.
So, all of them hit.
Yeah.
So I'm
Wow.
just gonna do them all at a time. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you're
man.
not consistent.
It's evil.
Um,
Average damage.
Frank, you actually get to roll 1 more. Don't forget, because you critical hit with the
What?
middle one.
What is that?
Wait, but
Do
what
one.
magic only triggers
Yeah,
on
D10,000.
D10,000.
Frank, did you hear
Oh,
me?
that could be.
Bad magic.
What was that?
So I'm just gonna...
Frank, you get to roll damage 1 more time because one of them was a
Oh,
critical
yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
Because right now you're 18, now you're 22 damage, 22 fire damage, which is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's that. But something happens. I'll let Oliver.
Okay. Let me just do some damage to this boy first. And
Yeah,
because it's fire, it's burning away at him. Oh yeah, you just obliterate this mummy. It just turns to ash. A sort of red hot explosion of ash. And you
Well,
feel
it
that the
appears I didn't really need to come over here anyway, but
She pats you on the back.
I'm glad I could support you.
Wait, you actually touch him?
Well, I guess not your back, but like, cause I'm short. You're like 6 foot, so I'm like right in butt range. She reaches
just
up to
the
hit you in the
baseball
back,
tap?
to like tap you in the back.
I have to like
Frank, did you say that you empowered these spells? I thought you had said that.
Okay, so what I did was
You quickened?
I quickened and I did something
You
else.
said
I didn't
Empowered. And
Empowered,
empowered
yeah.
means your charisma modifier and number of die may be re-rolled and take the higher of the 2. So you rolled a
already done.
1 and you rolled a 1, so you could easily re-roll those 2 because you at least have a +2 charisma. And increase the amount of damage. So you get to roll another 2d6. Sorry, I'm just, I want to make sure this thing dies
know.
because Bior is epic and I'm going to miss it and it's going to be awesome.
It's already dead.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
It's already dead. So
Oh,
are you
is it?
trying to
Oh,
dead it
I
more?
missed that because I
Yeah.
was looking up rolls. I was just confirming rolls.
Yes, it is
Right.
more dead than it was before.
So thank you for telling me that, Oliver. You're
Ollie,
muted right
you're muted, but you seem like you're really into something.
Very,
You can-
very. Yor is crackling with wild magic right now. It's almost arcing off him, burning around, actually. It's almost kind of hurts a little bit, Gadira being near him.
Yeah, it's like this white fire coming off of him.
Oh, I do not touch you then.
Yeah, like it's not covering his whole body. It's just like his actual casting arm is just covered in this white bluish fire.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't touch his arm.
Yeah, you touched. But
Not your
Touch-
butt, your back.
so did we have the booty
Good
song keyed up, Scott?
No, that's all
Oh,
you.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's all you.
All right.
So, the mummy is vanquished. Yor is just sort of standing there, panting and crackling. Which is the name of my new album.
Yeah, no, he's like not panting like that, Scott. He's just like,
Panting
like
and
it's
crackling.
an angry pant. Like he's genuinely angry.
Gadira can probably tell that he's angry, and because that's kind of her specialty is like calming people down and healing them. And she's going to cast Cure Wounds on him, and apparently it's broken again.
It's broken again.
Gosh darn it!
Let me see if I can fix that for you.
No,
man.
no, no. Give me
Okay,
a second.
sure.
It's-
It's
think it
not
just-
you. This has happened. Ask Ollie. How many times did we have issues with spells in the other game?
This is just... Who wants to be...
Yeah, it's a common
spellcasters?
roll 20 thing.
I think you just have to like make it a spell card and then change it back again, and it.
Fiddle and Hope.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's also a name of my album.
All right.
Boo.
Position.
There we go.
Okay, awesome.
But that probably doesn't heal you that much, huh?
Yeah, I'm back up to 10 health.
But either way, it's sort of a calming, curative presence
Thank you.
that might help Beor's sensitive.
Yeah. So, Gadira, can we roleplay this where she doesn't actually touch him, but she like kind of like puts her arm near or her hand near where his like arm is like lit on fire, and she's like,
Oh, now. No need to calm down, sir. Come on, Bior.
and
Yeah, so Bjork hears you, and like you see his head twitch ever so slightly, and like he starts moving towards you, and he recognizes that it's you and you're not another threat. So he relaxes a little bit, but he turns back towards where the mummy was, and is just like scanning with his hand as if it was a rifle in Vietnam. Just
Oh, you definitely ridded him. He's
oh no, he's checking for anything else.
he's just ashes, it appears. But maybe you should cool off.
and she points into the water.
Can at this point in time, I come splashing my head up from the other side with my rifling through my bag as quickly as possible.
Sure, yeah, good.
What did I? What I missed
actually
so
would've, like,
much.
Would have like banked this like spink spider like banked like the spider like you could like come on like my back if you want to, just so you don't drown again.
Listen, I wasn't
What's that
drowning.
motion, Scott?
I'm riding the spider on the
Me too, good at
waves.
that.
Okay, I'm riding the spider. Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
put that so I can make a gif of it later.
It's always the bod.
Oh.
Yeah, just gonna do the almost dying again.
Yeah. You see, you hear the ever glad to hear the sound of Turnan's voice.
No, he's not happy at all to hear that voice. I mean,
So-
is anybody ever happy to hear that voice?
Many people. So I quickly rifling through my bag and pulling out my book and trying to like write down notes. The fact that he's on fire and everything, and I'm just like scrabbling trying to get this done. I imagine sitting on the top of the spider is very awkward as it's like moving away and whatnot. Erin, do you like help me get down, or do you just leave me up there, or how do you approach that?
I just leave you up there.
Okay,
It's
cool.
fine.
So then I'm just taking these notes. I'm looking at the thing, and I'm like, I missed so much. I missed so much. And like, this is the most emotion you've seen of my character so far. Is I've clearly missed something amazing and epic happening, and I'm just trying to catch up. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so that's done. Yor is sort of slowly coming to his senses again. You see no more threats. I mean, even just when you take time to think about it, unless something else has entered this catacomb and you can't hear anything, you should actually be fine for stuff behind you.
I think I'd like to imagine that we go one at a time back, down the water drain thing or whatever, and I'm sure the whole time, Tiernan's freaking out because he's like asking Bior like a bunch of questions, I'm sure.
Unlike every time before, wherein I've always asked questions and written just a ton of notes, I'm like firing away questions, which is like one every 45 seconds or so, trying to get answers. I don't know how responsive Bior is to these questions and how much information he's willing to give at the moment.
Bior is actually not answering any of your questions, but he's actually going to talk to you about a different battle, probably the one that he was reliving.
Sure.
And it would just be like, hi. Plus, and the first Dragoons moved in on the city. It was supposed to be nice and quiet. The city block was already half ruins. Fortunately, the fucking bastards already had a fucking necromancer.
I'm not gonna let you get that far, Tiernan. She's gonna put her hand back.
And
Back in the water.
He would go on and on about that.
Awesome. Later on.
And while this is all going on, you guys are talking, and like I'm assuming you guys are walking side by side. Niet and I are like walking ahead of everybody. She's like, shh,
Quiet now.
and
Down this
I
delicate,
see in the dark, really far away, something.
down
ominous.
this beautiful corridor, very well decorated. I mean, this is no longer part of a mausoleum. There's no more coffins. This is just a fancy corridor for the sake of we could afford it. Is what appears to be a large ogre or something, but with parts of its body rotting and missing, and it's got this large sort of spiked club that's, there's nothing really special about it, and it's sort of leaning on it as it's sort of keeping watch, but it's undead and an ogre, so it hasn't yet noticed you or anything of the sort. It's just sort of scanning slowly from one side to the other, very obviously. Its head moved.
It doesn't see us. Perhaps we should go back and take a moment before we go forward.
Aye, that does sound like a reasonable option.
I think there's something else like right there too. By the way. I don't know
Yeah,
if anybody else can see
I
that.
see
You
something.
can
I see something
feel-
here.
Yeah, you guys both can see something, yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe we should go back before we go forward.
Question about Bior's
like that?
flaming arm. Does it
Mhm.
cast any light?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because Bior would, just be, you're gonna keep this in my tunic. But no, if it's not casting
it's
visible
even
light,
weirder. It's just
it's arcanic light or.
Ollie,
Just
could
making
I
sure.
be like super sneaky and like climb onto the ceiling to like get like a better look of like what is around here?
yeah.
far
But
as
if you
bad
want to
guys
move
go?
much closer, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
I just think it's awesome that all of us have dark vision, so none of us have like torches, candles, or lanterns lit. It was just like, yeah, we're just gonna walk around in darkness and everybody's cool with it.
Oh yeah.
And since it's not second edition and we don't have infravision, I can actually take notes while in pure darkness, which is nice. Though I do miss
you
infravision.
can crawl up. The giant spider slowly crawls up and can look down with more ease. I mean, this is a very, ogres are big. It's a little bit small. Well, it's sort of, for what bits of it that are smaller because it's rotten away, other parts are bloated and grotesque. So it ends up being around about the same size as normal anyway. You can give me a perception with advantage, though, if you fancy,
All right.
from your vantage.
Nope.
You know there's something else here. You can't hear it, see it, you can just feel it.
Okay.
Could Bior make a perception because he's on super heightened alert?
Yeah, you can make a regular perception.
Aaron, were you rolling terrible yesterday too?
Yeah, I was having a really hard time hitting in combat.
Do you think that maybe if you continue rolling the rest of today, that tomorrow's session you'll actually be able
Oh,
to?
Jack can actually hit something? I
Yeah.
don't
Maybe you'll
know.
finally get through all the bad luck.
You'll stop having the party wizard be better than you in combat.
Right?
Melee
I am the
combat.
party wizard.
The more wizard.
Other wizard.
The non-melee wizard.
And to be fair, the only time I used the sword, I did miss. You and Gadira, you saw something spectral, sort of move from both sides of these little inlets that are nothing more than sort of holding areas. There's trinkets and things on the walls like last time, but these are less memorials and more just sort of nice things, pretty things, like long dead flowers. There were definitely spirits of some kind that have retreated away. You look further, like you sort of creep round the pillars. They're not there anymore. They were there. Whether they saw you or just felt you, because I mean, they're not attacking you. If a spirit was in this place, they'd probably be hostile.
Listen.
They're no longer there.
I guess if Tiernan is slowly backing up, I imagine we all like slowly start backing up.
I think we should just go for another couple more swims.
You want to go back all the way over there?
Well, it's safer than being over here. I'm not exactly going to enjoy my sandwich if I have an ogre. Yeah, maybe we should go
I
back
guess
under the water.
we're gonna go back here and we'll talk about it. But
Creep away.
Creep away.
Creep away.
I'm not highlighted. Yeah, I really think that we should just go back over there for a moment.
Ah, giant spider! I firebolt it.
I really don't. Hope you don't have like an episode like where you would.
Yeah, because a giant spider? No way, that's good.
I mean, maybe. I don't think so. I don't think
Oh, good.
like giant spiders are native to Venheim.
No,
Venheim.
but even then, it's a
I know,
giant spider.
druids. Fuck
It's
druids.
still gross.
All right.
Well, Tannen, what is it? What? You know that we're down here and there's danger.
Yes, however, there's also taking a moment to lick your wounds. I imagine that all of us have felt a little bit of fatigue in what we've done thus far, and maybe we can regroup.
I have no fatigue, young man. My stamina is quite well.
And I imagine your faith has as much magic now as it did when you first awoke this morning. So maybe we should take a moment to gather ourselves.
Gadir is perfectly fine, but sure.
Haven't you used like all of your spells? You used like 4 spells, didn't you?
No,
You used.
I haven't used all my spells
Mostly
yet.
cantrips.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought they
Yeah.
were because they were healing spells and Shield of Faith and stuff like that. So I wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I have those, but those are on us right now. They're active.
Yeah,
Other
yeah.
than the cure wounds. So.
yeah. Which will of course go away if we do a short rest, which is not good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't need a short rest at all. I'm more worried about Bjor than anything else.
No, I can heal him. I'm not
Yours
worried about that at all.
but
I even have
yeah.
a channel divinity. I can like do like a huge AoE heal on everybody, but I haven't had to use it yet.
Maybe we can
Bjor
go a
is,
little bit further, and then we can always backtrack to that one room if we need a short rest.
Yeah. Bjor's
Yeah.
going to be like, nah, we should probably forge forward. I fought worse than this.
Well, this is the last time. I hurry back for you, Tannen.
And she's gonna go forward and without even going, I'm just gonna roll my initiative and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Alrighty.
Man, I'm catching heat for being nice.
Being nice? What are you being nice for? I just imagine that you're like we went back there because you were afraid.
Oh no, my
And-
character has no intention of engaging in combat in the least bit, and he's uninjured.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
I
literally
imagine that
for
you-
what's his
I
face?
imagine that like we all went up there and you're like, we should go back, and then we all go back there and we're like, what's wrong? And you're like,
Why'd we go back?
yeah.
I'm like,
And then
aren't
you're
you
like,
aren't you a
yeah,
little
I'm
injured? And
fine.
you're all like, no, it's good. I'm like, didn't you like get hit? And you're like, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, sorry. Whoops. Didn't realize that getting pierced by a few arrows and hit by a couple of axes and looking down the alley at an ogre is like, having breakfast. Whoops.
Yeah, a rest would actually be worse because then I'd lose all that extra buff. Because I buffed you guys before we went, and then I took a rest to get back my stuff. now.
Perfect. Once everybody's done rolling initiative, why don't we actually take our first break and we'll come back and watch Bjorn get slaughtered by this ogre.
Yeah,
no,
Bjorn's probably gonna die.
No.
Yeah.
Yours gonna fireball. And
Yours
explode.
gonna
You're-
be
Is
amazingly
at
heroic.
55% health right now.
Oh, I got
You
you.
already
I got
killed
you.
a mini boss with no help from you guys.
Whoa. Kadira was right there because I went and got her. What?
There was not
Didn't
an
need
option
your
for us
help.
to help you.
She
It's a
tried
one shot.
I will. We'll see you guys in 5 minutes or so. Thank you. See you soon. See you soon.